What's up, guys? Welcome back to CS2 Daily. I hope you're all having a great day. The Blast Open London semi-finals are in the books, and we now know our grand final matchup. Vitality took down MOUZ in a comfortable 2-0, while G2 rolled over Furia to book their first grand final since Bucharest. On top of that, we've got Hunter sharing his thoughts on HeavyGod after another insane performance, and the grand final is set for tomorrow. Vitality versus G2 inside Wembley. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if you want to keep up with all the Blast action. I'd really appreciate it. Let's get straight into it. So we kick things off today with Vitality versus MOUZ, and Vitality have punched their ticket to the Blast London Grand Final with a clean 2-0 over MOUZ, and honestly it never really looked in doubt. Starting on Mirage, MOUZ tried to make something happen with some fast executes early on, but Vitality shut it down quick. The turning point was when Brolin and the boys lost to a full eco. After that it all started slipping. Spinks did clutch up a nice 1v2 to keep things interesting, but Vitality controlled the half and went into the break up 8-4. The second half was the same story. MOUZ won the pistol, but instantly lost to another weak buy from Vitality, and from there it was just Vitality hammering the A site over and over until the 13-7 finish. Then we head over to on Inferno, and MOUZ couldn't catch a break. Xertion almost pulled off a 1v3 in the pistol, but the bomb timer denied him. Spinks dropped a big 4k to finally get MOUZ on the board, but yet again they collapsed to another eco round. Once sides flipped, Vitality completely took over. Zyru started things off with a pistol triple, and they barely dropped any rounds on CT, closing the map 13-8. For MOUZ, it was another case of letting too many small rounds slip away, while for Vitality, it was all about clean mid-round calling and big moments from Zyru, Flamesy and Spinks. That means Vitality are into their first grand final since the Austin Major, and Mezzi's got the chance to lift a trophy at home in London tomorrow. Here are the stats from after the game. Zyru with a +14 and a 1.38 rating, a monster series from him. Flamesy with a +7 and a 1.36 series. Apex Air on a 0 and a 1.28 rating. Mezzi on a +2, a 1.10 rating, and a Rops there with a +5 and 1.02 rating. Over on MOUZ, really bad series from Xertion and Brolin there, which is a little rare to see, with Spinks the only one really pulling the team with a +7 and a 1.35 rating. It's starting to look like Vitality are coming out of their little rut they were in. I'm not entirely sure if that is the case. They played a version of FaZe that are still trying to find their feet with Jacob. They were really shaky against Liquid both times, and now they've beaten the MOUZ, which in my opinion need to make some serious changes. They are genuinely just silver surfers. They have enough firepower to get them past the top 5, but then once it comes to the big games, the semi-finals, the quarterfinals, they just you know, drop the ball, man. I'll give Vitality the benefit of the doubt, though. They're definitely back in form, but whether I can say or not they're back in the Vitality era, that I'm not too confident about, but we shall see. Before we get into the game, they brought on Hex and Lake onto the desk to talk about Hex's crazy play against Virtus Pro when they played each other, and just Hex thoughts in general, as well as Lake's. But in particular, Hex, I never got to see an interview like this from him, and it really gave a perspective of what type of player he is and the personality he carries, which I honestly instantly become a fan of, and I will be rooting for MAT and Hex individually throughout from now on. He just sounds like such a great guy. I'll share the video with you now.
Hex, I've got to ask you, I mean, we've got to ask you about your clutch factor, right? There is one that I think is burned into all of our brains from that VP game, right? Yeah. This is crazy. We've got it ready to play. Can you kind of walk us through this?
Yeah, I mean, right now, my heart was going like a million miles a second here. I actually did this in a scrim one time, and I was like, I've been dreaming about this scenario my entire life. I was waiting for this to happen. As soon as I walked onto the scope, I was like, please tell me this guy's in like a good spot for me to see him, because I didn't want to my biggest worry was like I was gonna kill the other guy and just whiff on the opper. So I was glad that I killed this first guy really fast. So we'll take that. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I've been fucking dreaming of this shit.
It's okay. It's honestly okay. Yeah. But I mean, it was also like 1-to-1 what Electronic did.
I didn't notice that.
Time before.
Yeah. That was crazy.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was like that at all. But it's like pretty 1-to-1.
Yeah, he had the same clip maybe 5 years ago or something like that. Yeah, no, it was kind of eerie almost how he was in the exact same situation.
Yeah.
Do you feel responsible for benching Electronic then from VP?
Listen, I've been getting a lot of tweets about that. I might have to say yes.
Let's go.
Honestly, I feel bad. I feel bad.
We head over to G2 versus Furia, and G2 are through to the Blast Open London Grand Final after a commanding 2-0 win over Furia, and they didn't break a sweat. Starting on Inferno, G2 jumped out to a 5-1 lead thanks to combined output from Mattis, Sunpius and Hunter. Then HeavyGod made his presence felt with this huge 4K in round 7. Furia did claw some rounds back, but a costly fumble to a force buy at the end of the half left them down 8-4, and from there G2 shut the door. Sunpius and HeavyGod kept landing big multi-kills, and Inferno was wrapped up 13-5. Then we head over to Mirage, and Furia kept it closer early, helped by clutch plays from Molodoy and Yakinda to deny G2 from running away with it. But once G2 swapped to the T side, it was one-way traffic. Sunpius dominated the server, Hunter stayed sharp, and the map ended with another 13-5 stomp, sealing the series 2-0. After the match, Hunter came to the desk, and of course HeavyGod was a big talking point. With the kind of form HeavyGod's been showing all event, they asked Hunter for his thoughts on him and how he's fitting into the team. And here's what they had to say.
I would like to hear your thoughts on HeavyGod as well. I think me and Maui are joining the fan club. I think a lot of people out there are now witnessing how good he is.
I founded the fan club.
You founded the fan club. You have the OG shirt at home. You get to practice with him. You get to in-game lead him as well. How good is HeavyGod, and how good is he off the server as well?
Off the server, he is an amazing guy. I love him. We all love him. He's just an amazing person, amazing human being. On the server, in his role, I think he's one of the best. Maybe it's too early to say, but you will see it in the future because he's still young and he doesn't have that much experience overall in Tier 1. But he is one of the best in his roles, and he loves to play those roles, like Robs, you know. He's a fanboy of Robs a bit, watching a lot of his demos and POVs, always. So yeah, he is fast learner, and he is the guy who will always put a lot of work, and he is always available to any of the teammates.
So yeah, great interview there from Hunter and the desk. I definitely share their thoughts in the sense where I'm definitely a fan of HeavyGod now too. I think the guy's really shown himself to everyone and what he's capable of. And the same can be said for Molodoy. Brokey, since he's come back, has been absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, so a lot of rising talent, and it is absolutely great to see. But yeah, stat-wise, Sunpius was the standout with a monster 1.78 rating and a +19, while HeavyGod, Mattis and Hunter all delivered impact across both maps. For Furia, nobody could really step up, and the team as a whole looked far from their group stage form. So that sets the stage for a best of 5 grand final tomorrow. Vitality versus G2, both teams hunting their first big trophy of the second half of 2025. And here's my take, and it might be a hot take right now, but I think G2 might actually have the edge. Vitality have looked a little shaky in spots this event, even in wins, while G2 look way more complete. Sunpius is in the form of his life, HeavyGod keeps coming up clutch, and Hunter looks fully in control as IGL. If this G2 shows up tomorrow, they could realistically walk away with the trophy, which would be absolutely massive. But then again, you are playing Vitality, and if they turn up on the day, I mean, that is one hell of a brick wall to try and break through. But really interested in your thoughts in the comments down below, and I will be covering this match, so don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. And as always, thanks for watching. Take care.